Alright, what is up guys? Mr. Noodle795 here with a video on gonna showcase the monk's new and changed skills from Diablo beta patch 13. As many of you know, or may not know, Diablo beta patch 13 pretty much reworked the skill system, namely with the addition of skill runes instead of rune stones that dropped and you would have to sock it into skills. They changed it so now you get skill runes at certain levels. I kind of like it and don't like it. I like the fact and how runestones would have been something you had to find, and so you would have had to farm or dungeon run to find them and get them higher levels by, I guess, getting them multiple times and like sort of crafting them together like you would in Diablo 2 with gems. But I mean, at the same time, this also works out pretty good too, because I guess maybe now they can possibly include rune words again, like runes that you would sock into weapons and make rune words and make very powerful items. So without further ado, the first skill I'm going to showcase is Fist of Thunder. It's the first spirit generator you get. Unleash a series of extremely fast punches that deal 100% weapon damage as lightning. Every third hit it deals damage to all enemies in front of you and knocks them back a short distance. Generates spirit faster than other spirit generators due to the high attack speed. So without further ado, I'll walk over to this group of enemies. So as you can see, the third strike is focused and has a small area of effect and knocks them back. Alright, so the first skill rune you get for Fist of Thunder is Bounding Light. Every third punch releases chain lightning instead of knocking enemies back. Each lightning strike inflicts 67% weapon damage as lightning. I'll go find a group of enemies to show this to you. So as you can see, third hit does a chain lightning blast, which can also hit objects too. Alright, so the next primary skill that you get in the beta for the monk is Deadly Reach. Project lines of pure force over a short distance for 100% weapon damage. Every third hit extends out 25 yards. As you can see, this is a pretty good crowd skill, as it hits everyone in the path of this attack. So, and the third hit has quite some range. Alright, so the first rune, skill rune for Deadly Reach is called Piercing Trident, which gives the second and third strike of the skill an increased area of effect. So if you notice, when you use this one now, it has a green tint, and the second has two diagonal lines of force, and the third has three in the shape of a trident. Hence the name of the skill. Alright, so the next primary skill is Exploding Palm. The first two strikes in the attack deal 100% weapon damage. The third strike causes the target to bleed for 80% of weapon damage as physical per second for 3 seconds. If the target dies while bleeding, it explodes and deals 30% of the target's maximum life as physical damage to all enemies nearby. Try on these enemies are profusely attacking me. Here's a nice group to try it on. Okay, so the first secondary skill is Dashing Strike. Dash quickly at the targeted enemy or location, dealing 80% weapon damage and rooting the target for 1 second. Alright, so the first available skill rune for Dashing Strike is Wave the Falling Star. Increase your movement speed by 25% for 3 seconds after striking an enemy. Alright, so your next secondary skill that you get is Lashing Tail Kick. Unleash a deadly roundhouse kick, knocking enemies back and dealing 200% weapon damage. Now they did make this slightly weaker. I think it used to be around 250% damage, so Anyway. Okay, so the next secondary skill you get for the beta, and the last one, I think you get a high enough level to unlock, is Tempest Rush. Run directly through enemies, knocking them back and hobbling them, slowing their movement by 60% for 2 seconds. Also deals 50% weapon damage while running. So head down to this patch of enemies here and show you. As you can see, you just twirl your staff and you run through enemies. Alright, so your first defensive skill is Blinding Flash. Create a flash of light that blinds all enemies within 20 yards for 3 seconds. Elite monsters will recover early, but will suffer a 30% chance to miss with attacks. Okay, so the first rune skill, or skill rune, sorry, for Blinding Flash is Self-Reflection. Increases the duration enemies are blinded to 4 seconds. Alright, so the second defensive skill you get is called Breath of Heaven. A blast of holy energy heals you and all allies within 12 yards for 139 to 182 life. The life granted with this skill scales with level. I pretty much can't die, so I'll just show you how it looks. Alright, so the fourth and final skill, or sorry, the first skill, Conviction, and the last one I think you get, or the last one I have to show, is Mantra of Evasion. Reset a mantra that grants you and all allies within 40 yards a 15% chance to dodge attacks. Lasts 3 minutes. For 3 seconds after activation, the second effect grants an additional 15% chance to dodge attacks. Alright, so that's it for the Diablo 3 Beta Patch 13 Monk Edition. That's all his skills, and that's all the ones that they've changed or added. Hope you liked it, and as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll probably make videos for the other classes as well. Take care, guys.